Live from Thornbury Creek at Oneida, this is Locker Room with Local 5 Sports Director Bert Griffin. Now your host, Bert Griffin.
In a span of 5 days, Green Bay took a major step forward. And now the biggest date of the football season will be in Detroit on Thursday night, as the Packers and Lions duke it out for NFC North supremacy and playoff positioning moving forward. Get ready for another edition of Locker Room. Good evening and welcome to another edition of Locker Room right here at Thornbury Creek Golf Course at Oneida. The Packers are sitting solid with their second straight Thursday night game coming up, but this will be even a little bit bigger than that holiday victory over the Dolphins at Lambeau Field. That's because they have to go on the road and face the 11-1 Detroit Lions. We'll talk about that in a minute with Packers wide receiver Alex McGough, but first, let's hear it for three-time Super Bowl champion, former Packer coach and running back Harry Sidney, everyone.
Hello there. What's up,
buddy?
man? How you doing?
Good.
Happy Thanksgiving.
And now it's December, so it's
Yes.
no longer November. Should I
Move on.
Keep it or get rid of it?
No, you look good at it, man.
It's kind of getting gray, though, man.
That's truth.
That's what happens when
You
you
can't
get-
run from truth, man. It is what it is.
He's getting old.
Getting old. There you go.
Losing it up there and getting gray right here. Look, this is the marquee matchup of the entire week. A lot of times we get some clunkers on Thursday night, really bad games, bad football. These two teams, they're going to be juiced up for this one.
Well, because it means so much.
Yeah.
Changing of the guards, how you going to win, coaching style, playing style. You have one team that's going to try to score as many points, and so now the philosophy of Green Bay, what is their philosophy?
Yeah.
Do we play conservative, or do we open up the playbook and say we got to match score with score?
Well, look, they took it to San Fran for the most part.
Yes.
And look, I don't think this game against Miami was in doubt at all either. They go up 24-3 in the first half. Jaden Reed, Tucker Kraft, another Jaden touchdown. I'm not saying they didn't put their foot on their throat, so to speak, because look, Miami made a couple plays later, but this game was never in doubt.
No, it was 30-17, but it could have been 60-3.
Yeah.
I mean, they were beating them that bad. And this week going against Detroit, they can't look back. They have to decide we got to outscore people. We have to play.
Right.
Against Miami, I mean, look at Miami's record against 40 degrees. When it's 40 degrees, 0-12 with 40
Yeah.
degrees.
I like how Tua and their coaching staff and everybody thought, well, we're going to change that. Well, that doesn't affect us yet, did. They came from Florida, and even though it was only 29 or 30, whatever it was cold. By the end of the night, it was cold.
They look cold.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard for you to say go out there and get them when you go out there and get them.
Yep. All right,
No.
Time now for our pivotal performance powered by local IBEW 158. Green Bay's defense has had several big performances by a variety of people this season, but one guy who's been a bit of an unsung hero has been Isaiah McDuffie. The veteran linebacker had 10 tackles, 7 solo, 1 for a loss, and 1 pass defense, quietly putting together a very good season in that middle of that defense when other players have been banged up.
Well, like a former guest.
Yeah.
Former guest. But what you
And he
have,
might be here in 2 weeks.
And what you have is not only that, but man, you had 9 tackles for loss.
Yeah.
You had 5 sacks from different players. When you're playing like that, all you have to do is do your job. And the thing that he does well is when he sees it, he hits it.
Yeah.
He's a very downhill, aggressive player, and a guy like that can make plays.
Well, and Edgerrin Cooper was starting to make quite a few plays.
Yes, he
Gets
was.
a little banged up. All of a sudden, you start to appreciate veterans like Isaiah McDuffie and Eric Wilson just a little bit more.
Guys that know what they're supposed to do.
Yeah.
Just go out there, and they're not trying to play Superman. They're just making plays. And when you have a lot of guys on your team making plays, and that's what's happening in the Packers and winning, 7 out of 8 or whatever, you got different guys making plays all the time.
Well, you had a untraditional route to a long career in the NFL. We love talking to guys who just have
Fun journeys, man. Fun journeys.
Amazing
Yes.
story, and
Yes.
we've got one of those guys coming up tonight. Packers wide receiver and former quarterback and 2-time USFL MVP Alex McGough is in the house tonight. Don't go anywhere, everybody. Welcome back to Locker Room right here at Thornbury Creek Golf Course. Please welcome Packers wide receiver Alex McGough, everybody.
Appreciate it.
Buddy.
Appreciate it.
How you doing,
Good to see
man?
ya.
Great.
Well, we talked in the locker room a little bit this week and at the end of last week. Your journey to Green Bay, coming here, leaving, and now coming back. What's that experience been like for you? You haven't gotten a lot of playing time, but you're 29 years old,
Yeah.
and you're still playing pro football, and somebody obviously likes what you can do.
Well, first off, I'm blessed to be able to still play the game that I love at 29. You know, I don't know what the exact age, expectancy, life expectancy of a player is, but I think
4
I've
years.
exceeded that.
Yeah.
But just the journey I've been on, going from getting drafted to, being cut multiple times to the USFL, to then finding my way back, to getting hurt, to finding my way back. It's just a testament to, the people around me, pushing me and helping me get to where I am and stay there. And just, myself for grinding so hard and just never doubting it. But I'm just blessed.
You said you're blessed, and I understand some of that journey. But what's keeping you going? Because there's a certain point in time when your body and everything, and everybody just looks at you and he goes, "Hey, man, come on, we're getting to a certain age." But what's keeping you going?
Just the love of the game. I think I love playing football. I don't care. I just like to compete. Just the will and the camaraderie, I think, really is also a big thing for me. I'm a big people person.
Okay.
I love the relationships you can build and that you can keep. I have a lot of friends from high school, college, and all the different teams I've been on. I just think that's one of the big things, and it's probably why I'm still in the league, just because my energy that I bring and the people that I can influence with just good energy and positive thoughts and speaking positive things to people and just keeping everybody positive and up and just good vibes. That's just kind of what I try to do.
Well, and winning 2 championships
Yes.
and an MVP in the USFL.
Don't hurt. Don't hurt a
That
little
didn't
bit.
hurt too much either. Harry, we can talk a little bit more about that in a moment. 2 different USFLs back in the 1980s. Our current president, again to be, started this league, and it was only around, 3 years?
No, he didn't start this league.
Well,
man.
he sold it, whatever. Let's not even go there.
Yeah, don't go there.
So anyway, the USFL gave guys a chance,
Opportunities,
an opportunity,
man. Yeah.
other than the NFL in the early 80s. And that's kind of isn't that what they gave you guys too? Because a handful of you are all on NFL teams now.
Yeah. It was an opportunity that I saw after I was cut from Seattle, and that year I had a couple workouts, but nobody signed me back. So it just started, and Birmingham took me with their first pick, and that was a huge deal for me, and I just knew that was another opportunity to get back into the league, and that was a gateway that was pretty much the only one left. And if it wasn't there, if it wasn't for that league, I don't know where I'd be. I'd probably be working a 9 to 5. But Zach Potter, Coach Holtz, really grateful for them, and just we had a really good team, and it was an easy thing, So it was just so much fun to get that opportunity and see where it kind of led.
That was a journey. Now, how about the transition from a quarterback to a wide receiver?
Yeah.
Because
How hard?
he had an amazing career at Florida International as a quarterback, and now he's a wide receiver.
Yeah.
How hard was that transition?
Yeah. So, when I was a rookie, as a practice squad quarterback, when I was a rookie, there was only 10 spots on the practice squad. Now there's, I think, 16. Mm-hmm. So you couldn't just sit there and kind of just watch.
Right.
You had to fill in roles.
Do something.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I was actually a scout team safety, because we had like Earl Thomas. I can't remember. Bradley McDougal was our other safety, and they were older guys that didn't really practice a lot. So I would always just be the practice squad safety, and they actually almost moved me to safety after my rookie year. And then I went to Houston my second year, and they almost moved me to like a Taysom Hill role.
Sure.
Okay.
Swiss Army knife?
Yeah. So Bill O'Brien was asking me to gain about 30 pounds. So for OTAs, I showed up at 230, and then that was when COVID happened. So I guess I didn't really show up till training camp. So we didn't even have OTAs to practice it and do it. And so it was just kind of like, we can't do it right now. And then they ended up letting me go. And I go back to Seattle, and then, obviously the USFL. But last year, getting to the Packers, I was just doing the third string quarterback slot. And I think we had a couple injuries at receiver, so they didn't really practice. So we needed a practice squad receiver. And I ended up going out there, and I'll never forget the first play. I caught like this one-handed pass, like over the middle off of Rudy, right on Rudy Ford.
Yeah.
And I guess it must have been like, oh, okay. So then next week I was receiver, next week receiver. And then after the season, they kind of just, Vrabel called me and asked me if, he was like, what did you think about it? And I was like, I mean, if that's what you guys want to do, like I'm totally for it. I can do it.
Yeah.
So I started training, and then, OTAs came around. I ended up, pulling my hamstring, my left one, and then I pulled my right one twice, which was unfortunate. I think it was just a lot on my body that I just wasn't used to.
Yep.
But now that I had all this time off, I've been training and strengthening them up, and they ended up bringing me back, which I'm super grateful for.
And we've all been around football long enough to know that when you pull one side, you usually overcompensate and hurt something on the other, whether it's your ankle, hammy, knee, whatever it might be. Now, it is December. You've been here before. You know it's cold. I can tell you're all bundled up. So I'm not going to make you take your clothes off. But you said these guys walk around in their shorts in the locker room, and so you get to see all these great tattoos. He literally, folks, and we went to his Instagram account, half and half. Yeah. The yin and yang of Alex Magoo. One half is completely none uncovered, and then the other one, you've got, I didn't even know how many. Take us through your tattoo process.
Yeah, so I have a whole arm. I got done when I was in college. Started at 18 years old, and then it took me 4 years to finish it in college. And then I have a chest piece on my right side, and then I have my entire leg done, all on the right side.
It's crazy, yeah.
I say if I turn to my left, if I turn to my left, it's my business side.
Yeah.
Okay.
And if I turn to my right, it's my wild side.
Well, you're gonna have to think what kind of job you want after football. So you got to cover one up more than the other.
Sure.
We'll see.
That's why I stayed away from my neck.
When we come back, we'll have plenty more with Packers wide receiver Alex Magoo. But first, it is time for Easy Tab Fan Tam. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to Locker Room right here at Thornberry Creek at Oneida. The golf course is shut down, obviously, but any Tuesday night, come on out. And we're talking Packers football. We do have that one Monday show, fans. That's we're going to do a live Christmas party the night of the Saints game. Because obviously they're going to all be at Lambeau. Do you got any buddies you want to bring on? No, you don't. You're like, I ain't calling nobody.
I ain't calling nobody.
Nobody's coming on Christmas, 2 days before Christmas.
No.
Better find somebody who's around town. All right. They don't care. Detroit, Lions, 11-1. You guys are 9-3. There's an upper tier in that NFC, and I know you guys don't want it. You're game to game to game to game. But there's an upper tier clearly in the NFC and a couple, 3, 4 really good teams in the AFC. If things kind of go according to Hoyle, and you can pull off an upset, then you've got the Vikings late along with the Bears. There's still a chance to win this division. Detroit loses 1 or 2 games, and it comes down to tiebreakers, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's destiny's in our hands, and it's been like that. And every team you start 0-0, you hold everybody's destiny right there in your own hands. And I think it's the later you get in the season, if you still have that opportunity, you just play it game to game, like you said, and you can't worry about if they're going to lose next week, if they're going to lose this. You just got to win the next one.
Yep.
In a game like this, when Detroit has the ability to score a lot of points, as a wide receiver and an offensive player, are you talking to the coach, hey, let's just open this thing back up. Let's get in a shootout.
Well, as a receiver, that's always what you want to do, you know?
Yeah.
No, we got a game plan, and we just want to stick to it. I think there's strengths to our team, and we just got to stick to them. And, obviously Jordan Love's one of the best in the league. I think he's the best. So, he's the leader of this team, and he goes, where the team goes, he leads us there. Yeah. So we're just going to go out there and let him go.
Can you tell him one thing from everyone? Slide a little sooner. We don't need to see him getting hit. And Detroit's going to bring it. That's for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Forget about that extra yard for now. Unless it's the fourth quarter And the time's running down, and you got to win the game. No second quarter stuff. All right. Every week, we like to go in the locker room where we talk to players. Time to go in the zone with Cameron and Zaire, presented by Oneida Nation and Thornberry Creek.
Here with Packers tight end Ben Sims. Ben, a lot of the times fans want to know what happens behind the curtain and what happens with football players when they're not playing football. So what's a hobby in the life of Ben Sims? What does life look like outside of football?
In season, not too much. I have a Blackstone at my place, so oftentimes during the week I'll cook for myself or do a dinner, depending on whether or not dinner's provided up here or not. I hang out, I chill. I like watching the Monday night games. I like watching the Thursday night games. I stay pretty busy. I get together with the tight ends usually once a week, so pretty laid back.
What does a meetup with the tight ends look like? Is it talking football or just talking other things too?
Yeah, no, that's usually like we'll get together and watch the Thursday night game. So whether that's chatting about the week or personal life or just hanging out, it's good camaraderie and just kind of fun to all get together outside of the building.
How close have you guys been these last couple of years? This tight end room, very young, but it seems like you guys have all gelled.
Yeah, no, it's been great. We've been talking about it for 2 years now. How we were all rookies last year, and how it's going to be a fun, cool experience to be able to grow together, and it has been that. So super exciting. I think Tucker and I are about as close as we can be. John's still new, so we're still obviously getting to know John, but we love John, and the rest of the room's great. So good deal.
I love to cook, so I like the fact that you like to cook.
Yeah.
What do you like to cook, and when did you first start cooking?
Oh, geez. I first started cooking probably when I got to college. And then when here I'm in town, Tuesday nights I'll usually do like a 16-ounce ribeye, and I'll do like steak and eggs or something fun. Usually it's always steak and something else.
What does Thanksgiving look like in the Sims household?
Okay, so since I was very young, my dad started this thing called the Turkey Fry. It's where he'd invite all his friends over to the house, and it started with 2 or 3 turkeys, and then as the years went on, it became to be like 40, 50 turkeys. And my dad would buy all the turkeys up front, and it was just his way of saying thanks to all his friends and family.
All righty. Thank you, fellas. Time now for our 1-minute drill. You do the 2-minute drill out there. This is all quick Q&A. Best thing you bought with your money so far?
Oh, new truck.
Then that answers car you drive. When you're driving down the road, what's your go-to jam in that truck?
Anything country.
Anything old, new, middle?
2000s.
2000s.
Yeah.
No Highwayman, Willie Whalen yet?
Nah, not that.
Hey, come on, we got to talk after the show, that's for sure. All right, biggest influence in your life?
Mom.
Favorite NFL player growing up?
Tom Brady.
If you could be a different athlete professionally in another sport, what would it be?
Hockey.
Hockey?
Yeah.
Interesting. You're from Florida.
The Tampa Bay Lightning.
Okay,
Yeah.
you got me.
Yeah.
Las Vegas or the beach?
The beach.
Dogs or cats?
Dogs.
Golf or fishing?
Golf.
Steak, fish, or chicken?
Chicken.
And for Mr. Alex Magoo, are you old enough to even know who Mr. Magoo is?
Yeah, well, I only know because my dad always used to bring it up.
Right.
Magoo.
Right.
Yeah.
There you go.
The blind guy.
Yeah, a little different spelling, but
And then when I throw interceptions,
Yep.
they'd be like, come on, Mr. Magoo.
yeah,
so.
that's nice. Come on, Mr. Magoo. After a pick, I like that. All right, we'll have more with Mr. Alex Magoo coming up when we wrap up the show with our keys to the game. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to Thornberry Creek at Oneida for Locker Room. Our special guest tonight, Mr. Wide Receiver Alex Magoo. Time now for our keys to the game, brought to you by the Dispensary. Packers, Lions on the road at Ford Field. It's going to be loud. Their crowd is going to be jacked up for this one, so get a fast start. Take them out of it a little bit. Then not only run the football, but you got to stop the run. Jameer Gibbs and David Montgomery, 2 different styles, Harry. And look, Gibbs can take it the distance on any play. And limit your penalties. That's been kind of a little stickler for the Packers this year. I'm sure it has what Matt LaFleur stressed, right?
Mm-hmm. That penalties and special teams. Pay attention tomorrow, because this guy, on Thursday loves to come up with something. But at the same time, if you get a chance to score. Yep. This is going to be a shootout. When you know the team scores that many points, you got to go in the game knowing you got to get that many points.
10 seconds. Tell us what you think it's going to take.
Red zone efficiency, third down efficiency, and just turnover free, limit the penalties, and out physical.
Alex Magoo, Packers wide receiver, one of the true success stories in the NFL.
Yes.
Best of luck.
Hey, thank you.
Thanks for tuning in to Locker Room. We'll see you next week.
Thank you for watching Locker Room.